1929 penny. Let's take a journey back in time to the heart of American numismatic history, a period when coins weren't just pocket change, but reflections of a growing nation's identity. Among those vintage treasures lies one of the most astonishing and valuable pieces ever produced by the U.S. Mint, the 1927 wheat penny with no mint mark. While it may seem like an ordinary old coin to the untrained eye, this small copper cent can hold extraordinary value, up to $30,000 in today's collector market. Yes, you heard that right, $30,000. It's a coin that could be quietly hiding in your collection, your old coin jar, or even an heirloom passed down through generations. The 1927 penny without a mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not include mint marks on its coins at that time. This coin, like many others of the era, features the iconic bust of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side, facing right with the words, "In God We Trust." Above, liberty to the left, and the date 1927 clearly inscribed on the right. Beneath the date, there's no mint mark, which confirms its Philadelphia origin. Flip the coin, and the reverse side reveals the classic wheat penny design, two stalks of wheat curving along the sides, framing the words 1 cent and United States of America, with E pluribus unum positioned above. This simple yet timeless design has captivated collectors for generations. But what makes this particular 1927 penny so special? It's all about rarity and condition. While millions of these pennies were minted, very few have survived in pristine, uncirculated condition. Coins that have been heavily used in circulation may only be worth a few cents or perhaps a couple of dollars to a collector. But here's where the story gets exciting. If you come across a 1927 wheat penny with no mint mark that is in exceptional, uncirculated condition, graded mint state, 65 or higher, it can command jaw-dropping prices at auctions. In fact, several top-grade specimens have sold for as much as $25,000 to $30,000. It's not just a coin, it's a silent gold mine. Coin grading plays a vital role in determining value. Coins are evaluated on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher grades indicating fewer flaws, more luster, and crisper details. A coin graded MS66 or MS67 with a rich red copper tone, known as red or RD in the grading system, is the pinnacle of value for Lincoln wheat cents. Collectors look for full details in Lincoln's hair and jawline, strong wheat stalk, definition, and a glossy finish unmarred by scratches, fingerprints, or discoloration. Just a few tiny imperfections can drop the value significantly, which is why protecting your coins is essential. If you suspect you have one of these rare 1927 wheat pennies, always handle it with care, preferably with cotton gloves, and store it in a protective coin holder. Better yet, have it professionally graded and authenticated by a respected service such as PCGS or NGC. A certified grade instantly boosts your coin's credibility and makes it more attractive to serious collectors and investors. The story of the 1927 wheat penny isn't just about its monetary value. It's about its place in history. Minted during the Roaring '20s, just 2 years before the Great Depression, this coin has passed through countless hands and witnessed nearly a century of American life. Each coin carries the weight of time, economy, and social change. It's not just a penny, it's a relic from an era long gone. And for that reason alone, it commands respect, and in some cases, a hefty price. Now let's take a closer look at market demand. Over the past decade, the popularity of coin collecting has soared, especially with younger generations rediscovering the thrill of hunting for hidden gems in old collections. Online marketplaces, coin shows, and international auctions have seen intense bidding wars over rare wheat pennies. And as the supply of high-grade coins continues to shrink, the value keeps rising. In a notable auction, a perfectly preserved 1927 no-mint mark penny, graded MS67 Plus red, fetched nearly $30,000, shocking even seasoned numismatists. Another example, A beautiful MS-66 red penny sold for more than $25,000, simply because it had exceptional eye appeal and was extremely well preserved. These aren't just rare flukes. They're strong indicators of market demand, scarcity, and growing collector interest. And what makes it even more exciting? This could happen to anyone. You don't need to be a professional collector to find treasure. That old coffee can full of coins, that dusty drawer in your grandparents' attic, that forgotten piggy bank from childhood. Any one of them could hold the key to a small fortune. Imagine the thrill of discovering that a coin you've overlooked for years is actually worth thousands. That's the magic of numismatics. The 1927 wheat penny serves as a powerful reminder that sometimes the most ordinary-looking things can hold the most extraordinary value. So what should you do now? First, check your collection. Look for any pennies dated 1927 with no mint mark. Examine them carefully under good lighting. Compare them to online images of graded examples. If it looks promising, consider getting a professional opinion. Coin dealers and grading services can help you evaluate its potential and even guide you towards selling it for top dollar. Remember, when it comes to rare coins, timing and condition are everything. And as more people enter the collecting hobby, demand will continue to rise. This is the perfect time to learn, explore, and maybe profit from your pocket change. The 1927 wheat penny with no mint mark isn't just another coin, it's a small copper masterpiece of history and value. It represents a moment in time, a piece of legacy, and for a lucky few, a life-changing discovery. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or someone just curious about what's sitting in your change jar, keep your eyes open. Because the next coin you flip over might not just be a penny, it could be $30,000 waiting to be found. Next up, 1940 penny. Let's step into a remarkable chapter of coin collecting history, a time when even the smallest copper coin could turn into a treasure of enormous value. Among the standout pieces from the early 20th century lies the elusive and highly sought-after 1940 wheat penny without a mint mark. This unassuming coin, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, might appear like just another old cent, but in exceptional condition, its worth can climb to an astonishing $29,000 in today's collector market. Yes, a single 1-cent piece from 1940 can command nearly $30,000 if preserved in pristine, mint state quality. For many collectors, this coin is a reminder of how easily value can be hidden in plain sight. With over 586 million 1940 pennies minted, most would think they are common and insignificant. But rarity in the coin world isn't just about mintage numbers. It's about survival, condition, and collector demand. Very few of these coins have survived the decades without heavy circulation wear. Finding one in uncirculated red RD condition with sharp details and full luster is exceptionally rare. And that's what turns a simple coin into a serious investment. The design of the Yachi 1940 wheat penny holds timeless appeal. The obverse displays the familiar and enduring image of Abraham Lincoln facing right, with "In God We Trust" arching above his head. Liberty appears to the left, while the date, 1940, is positioned clearly on the right. Notably, there is no mint mark under the date, confirming that this penny was struck in Philadelphia. Turn the coin over, and the reverse presents the classic wheat ears design. 2 curved stalks framing the words 1 cent and United States of America. Above all of this, the Latin phrase "E pluribus unum" echoes the nation's motto of unity. Simple in style, yet deeply iconic, the coin represents not just a piece of monetary history, but a symbol of the American spirit during a time of great change, with the world on the brink of war. Now, what elevates this coin's value into the tens of thousands? It all comes down to preservation and grading. Coins are evaluated on the Sheldon scale, which ranges from 1 to 70. A 1940 penny graded MS-66 or MS-67, especially with a brilliant red color, can command premium prices from serious collectors. while circulated examples might fetch $1 or $2. The truly rare coins, the ones that have been perfectly stored for over 80 years, untouched by time, are the ones breaking records at auctions. For example, a 1940 no mint mark wheat penny, graded MS67 plus red, has reached nearly $29,000 at public sale, showing that even a humble cent can rise to elite status under the right conditions. Collectors look for specific features when identifying a high-value 1940 penny. These include a sharp strike, unblemished surfaces, full mint luster, and rich coloration. The red designation is especially important. It indicates the coin has retained at least 95% of its original reddish copper tone, making it more desirable than its brown or red-brown counterparts. Every detail matters. Lincoln's hair should appear sharply sculpted, with clean lines on his cheek and jaw. On the reverse, the wheat ears should show intricate veins and texture, with no smudging or flattening. If your coin shows signs of such crisp detailing with no signs of wear, it may be a candidate for professional grading and possibly a very valuable asset. If you're wondering how a penny from 1940 could still be in perfect condition today, the answer lies in careful storage. Some coins were placed into coin albums shortly after being minted, kept away from oils, air, and human touch. Others were part of original bankrolls that were never opened. Coins like these, preserved with intention or sheer luck, are the ones that fetch incredible sums in modern times. Even small details such as fingerprints, cleaning marks, or environmental exposure can reduce a coin's grade and therefore its value significantly. That's why collectors and dealers often wear cotton gloves when handling high-grade coins and store them in climate-controlled environments. What's fascinating is how ordinary this coin might look at first glance. Thousands of people have likely held a 1940 wheat penny in their hands without knowing its full potential. That's part of the thrill for coin enthusiasts, uncovering hidden treasures that others overlook. And for anyone new to the hobby, this is an invitation to look closer at what might already be in your collection. You could be holding a rare piece of history worth thousands and not even know it. The historical context of the 1940 penny adds even more depth to its appeal. America was emerging from the Great Depression, and the world was inching closer to the global conflict of World War II. Every coin from this period carries the weight of that era's uncertainty and resilience. It's more than metal. It's a witness to history. Knowing that a coin like this survived from such a pivotal moment and, in perfect form, makes it even more special. In recent years, the market for wheat pennies has grown rapidly. Collectors across the globe are actively hunting for high-grade examples, driving up demand and increasing prices. Online auctions, coin conventions, and private sales have seen record-breaking activity for Lincoln cents, especially those from the 1930s and 1940s in mint state condition. The 1940 no mint mark penny fits perfectly into this trend, affordable in lower grades, but a true powerhouse when perfectly preserved. Coin collecting is no longer just a hobby for a niche audience. With increasing media coverage, social platforms, and educational tools available online, more people are realizing the financial and historical value behind rare coins, and that means increased competition for the best examples, like the 1940 no mint mark wheat penny in top-grade condition. So what should you do if you think you have one? First, handle it with care. Use clean, dry hands or gloves, and avoid touching the coin's surfaces directly. Place it in a protective holder to prevent further wear. Then, consider getting it appraised or professionally graded by a trusted organization like the Numismatic Guarantee Company, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. A certified grade not only protects the coin's condition, but also authenticates its value, making it far more attractive to potential buyers or investors. Even if your coin isn't worth thousands, it still holds historical and sentimental value. Every coin tells a story, and the 1940 wheat penny is no exception. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a newcomer curious about the coins you've inherited, this penny is a perfect example of how rich, rewarding, and even profitable coin collecting can be. It turns the ordinary into the extraordinary, the forgotten into the cherished, and in some lucky cases, it turns a single copper cent into a $29,000 payday. Keep searching, keep learning, and most of all, keep your eyes open. Because history doesn't always sit in a museum. Sometimes it hides in your pocket, quietly waiting to be rediscovered. Next up, 1951 penny. Let's uncover a remarkable story from the heart of mid-20th century America, a story written in copper, shaped by minting machines, and preserved by time itself. The 1951 wheat penny with no mint mark, a coin minted in Philadelphia, might seem like just another piece of pocket change from the past. But under the right conditions, this little coin could be worth up to $25,000 in today's collector market. It's hard to imagine that a 1-cent coin, the kind passed down through countless hands during post-war America, could transform into a rare and highly desirable numismatic gem. And yet, when a 1951 penny has remained untouched by circulation, shining with its original copper brilliance, it becomes more than a coin. It becomes a time capsule, a historical relic, and a serious investment for collectors who understand the value of rarity combined with condition. The year 1951 stands out as a period of quiet transition. The world was moving beyond the scars of World War II. America was experiencing economic growth, and the need for small change was still very much a part of everyday life. Over 284 million of these pennies were produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which is why most people assume this coin is common. But the true magic lies in how many of those hundreds of millions have survived in untouched, uncirculated condition. That number? Extremely low, and that's where the high market value of $25,000 comes in, for a 1951 no-mint mark wheat penny. To reach such a price, it must be nearly flawless, graded MS-67 or better, with full red color and no signs of wear, damage, or discoloration. The scarcity of such examples makes them incredibly valuable to collectors, especially those aiming to complete a pristine set of Lincoln cents. From a design standpoint, the 1951 wheat penny maintains the iconic features of the Lincoln cent series. On the obverse, Abraham Lincoln is depicted in profile, facing right, with "In God We Trust" arching above his head. The word liberty appears to his left, and the date 1951 sits on the right. There is no mint mark beneath the date, which tells us this coin was struck in Philadelphia. On the reverse, the wheat penny's famous twin stalks of wheat curve around the central inscriptions, 1 cent and United States of America. At the very top is the Latin phrase, E pluribus unum, a reminder of unity and diversity. Though simple in design, every detail matters when determining value. Collectors look for crisp, bold lines on Lincoln's hair and jaw, clean edges on the lettering, and sharply defined wheat ears on the back. These details must be preserved for the coin to be considered high grade, and that is exceedingly rare. The grading process for coins like the 1951 wheat penny is exact and technical. Experts use the Sheldon scale, ranging from 1 to 70, to evaluate a coin's condition. A coin graded MS-67, mint state 67, or higher, especially with a vibrant red hue, RD designation, becomes a star in the numismatic world. And while the majority of 1951 pennies still in existence fall within the circulated or lower uncirculated categories, it's those top-tier examples that collectors will pay a premium for. In fact, one such 1951 no-mint mark penny in pristine, red condition has fetched prices nearing $25,000 at auctions, evidence that condition truly determines worth. Even a 1-point difference on the grading scale can mean thousands of dollars in market value. So what makes this particular year so special? While it's true that the mintage was high, what collectors value most is survival in superb condition. Many of the 1951 pennies were heavily circulated for decades, tossed into cash registers, pockets, and drawers across the country. By the time coin collecting became more widespread in the late 20th century, very few of these coins had been preserved, well enough to make them worthy of grading at high levels. Some survived only because they were stored by chance, in rolls, in coin folders, or in family collections, tucked away without being touched or exposed to air, moisture, or human skin. It's those rare coins that hold their full red copper, glow and sharp strike after more than 70 years that become worth thousands. This is where the hunt becomes thrilling for collectors. Imagine discovering one of these valuable coins in a relative's old coin jar or in a forgotten album. The adrenaline rush of finding a 1951 penny in superb condition is something every numismatist dreams of. And for new collectors, this story shows how exciting and rewarding the hobby can be. Not every rare coin is a gold piece or a silver dollar. Sometimes a tiny copper penny holds enormous value. It only takes the right eyes, the right knowledge, and the right condition to uncover its potential. To those considering selling or investing in coins like the 1951 wheat penny, professional grading is essential. Trusted companies like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company, provide third-party authentication and grading, helping to preserve the coin's value and credibility in the marketplace. Once encapsulated in a tamper-proof holder with a certified grade, a coin's worth becomes far easier to determine and far more appealing to buyers. A coin graded MS67RD and sealed by a reputable service instantly commands attention and competition among collectors. Even if your 1951 wheat penny isn't a five-figure treasure, it still holds significance. It's a tangible piece of American history, struck during a time of global transition and domestic growth. These coins were in the hands of soldiers returning from war, farmers rebuilding their land, children buying candy, and families saving for the future. Every nick, every scratch on a circulated penny tells a story of a life once lived. But when you come across a coin without those marks, flawless, glowing, untouched, it tells a different story. One of rarity, care, and potential fortune. The market for Lincoln cents has only grown in recent years. With numismatics gaining popularity worldwide thanks to online resources, auctions, and video platforms, more people are becoming aware of the hidden gems in their possession. This demand has made coins like the 1951 no mint mark wheat penny even more valuable. As supplies of top-grade examples become scarcer, the value continues to climb. And in a world of digital currency and contactless payments, physical coins have taken on a nostalgic and collectible quality that appeals to both seasoned collectors and curious newcomers alike. So next time you come across an old coin jar, don't just glance and walk away. Look closer, examine the dates, study the details. That little copper cent you nearly overlooked could be a key to an entire universe of history, craftsmanship, and potential value. The 1951 wheat penny with no mint mark is proof that incredible worth can hide in ordinary places. It's a coin that teaches patience, attention, and respect for the past. And for those fortunate enough to discover one in exceptional condition, it's a reminder that the smallest things can sometimes make the biggest difference.